Welcome everybody. Good to be back on Saturday nights. I've got a buddy of mine here to help me keep an eye on the chat. So let me bring him in. Y'all might know this guy here. Hey, Solar Man.
What's going on, sir?
Not much. Just feels weird to be here on a Saturday night. It's been
Just
a
like
while.
old times.
Been a little bit. But welcome everybody. I'm glad y'all are here. We gonna go through the I guess we'll call them the entries into the challenge. We had I think 9 folks that participated in the challenge this year, which is down. I don't know what we had last year, 14 or 15 maybe. I'd have to look. I don't even remember. But this was like the 6th year. But I was telling Ryan earlier that, it's probably my fault that there's not more entries because I really didn't push it too much or promote it too much. 2021 just wasn't my year. So I kind of lost a little enthusiasm about some stuff. But anyway, we had 9 entries and 9 good entries too, I might add. And we're going to check them out. So let's, I guess I should probably give a few shout outs here before we get
Disney
started.
Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus team
up.
What the heck was
I was trying to pull it up the chat so I could say hello to Rob and the people that were saying hello.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go through and do a few shout outs here. We got Mr. Lindsay here this morning, or here I'm getting ready to say this morning because I'm thinking it's been a while since I've done a Saturday night one. Yeah. Got Mark here tonight. Jesse's here. Rob Shuster. Troy Pritchard. Happy New Year. Yeah, I hope everybody had a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's the other thing that usually when I do these live streams about the challenge, it's the first Saturday of the new year. So it's usually not that long after Christmas. But in this case, Christmas was 2 weeks ago because New Year's Day fell on a Saturday, and I didn't feel like people would, they probably had something better to do on New Year's Day, even if it's getting over a hangover or something. So I set it for the second Saturday, which is the 8th. And but then I thought, yes, it's already been 2 weeks since Christmas. Let's see. Rob's trying to keep them in line there. Appreciate that, Rob. Dave Matthews is here. Long time since the last one of these. Yeah, the last one on Saturday night was.
It's a while ago.
It was a while ago. I don't even remember. It was a while ago. Dennis Nolan's here. Good evening, Dennis. Almost said good morning again. 10 to line. Joey's here. Hey, Joey, how you doing? Got that Avid looking good, buddy. Mike Haichu's here. Mr. Ragland. Mary Mallory. Paul from P&G. Let's see who else we got here. If I don't want to miss him, my Dave Krause is here. How you doing, Dave? JR's here. How you doing, JR? Good to see you out there in the chat. Greg Euler. How you doing, Greg? Landis Stutes. Jim Senecola. Hope this year is better than last year. I do too, buddy. I do too. It was not a good year for me. I was happy to see 2021 go.
Yeah.
I really was. Mako Sharks here. How you doing? I think I about got everybody. Clyde's here. I don't want to miss anybody. Bob Dart. How you doing, Bob? Good to see you. I don't think I'm missing anybody here. If I do, I apologize.
Did you get Keith?
Oh yeah, there he is. I'm just scroll down to him. Keith here. How you doing, Keith?
You got to change that logo. We're WFT now. We're not the Redskins anymore.
I think you should be the WTF now. The way y'all play.
Well, in 2 weeks we change it again.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
All right. Chris's Workshop's here. Good to see you. Bart Bixel. All right, Tom Peterson. All right, got a pretty good little crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started with the showing this. StreamYard has added a bunch of new features, which really make shows like this now so much easier because I don't have to screen share and do all that. You can now put together like a what do they call it? A slide, almost like a slideshow, kind of like a PowerPoint thing, and upload it. And I've already got them on here, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll get started here. And I'm just going to show these. They're in no particular order. They're just in the order that I got the links to the videos. Which there for a while I thought I won't even have to do a show this year because I didn't think I was going to get any, but then everybody kind of at the last minute started sending me links. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and get started showing these. This is Mr. Paul Kemp from P&G Custom Works. And let me say right off the rip here too, there should be, if you go to the video description here and click that show more, you should see links to everybody's YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen the videos, they're also in a playlist. If you go to my channel, there's a video playlist, but if you want to go watch the video, there, a particular video, you can just click on the links down there in the description. But anyway, I kind of did this the other day, so I don't know if I can remember what all, because I watched all the videos and then put this together, and I'm thinking that here Paul's talking about he's going to do a project with some walnut. I believe that's walnut. And I think the other piece is maple. And here you can see he's doing this backwards. So he's going to do a inlay. And Paul, since you're out there in the chat, if you want to chime in and put anything in the chat about this, you know it better than me. Here he's using his V-carb bit to, and I believe he said that was a piece of maple, to do the female portion of the inlay. And here he's using, I don't know, looks like maybe, well, whatever it is, he's using it for his profile cut.
I think it was a 1/4 inch, if I remember right.
Okay, yeah. And he takes it over to his Pew Pew machine, which is pretty cool. And he's doing, saying, it looks like at this point he's already got the walnut inlay in there. And now he's doing some engraving with the laser. So,
hey Paul, what size laser do you have? Like, is it a like what wattage laser do you do?
Okay, Paul's saying that you're correct. Walnut and maple inlay. Yep, 1/4 inch bit. So I think we've got just a little bit of a lag on on this thing. But we'll wait, see if he answers the laser. Okay, 100 watt.
100 watt, nice.
Sweet.
Almost didn't need the CNC to do that profile.
Yeah,
I don't know why laser will cut right through that.
yeah,
Nice.
that's pretty.
Yeah, there's
pretty
some
nice.
good charring with that laser on the Believe and all that. It turned out really well.
Yeah, it turned out really nice. And here's a shot of it sitting on the laser bed. So we used a CNC and a laser for this project. Very nice.
Yeah, good job.
All right, let's see. I think I'm trying to remember how to. Okay, Rob Shuster is the next one I received. Let's go through and see what he's got for us.
Yeah, I thought Rob's was pretty funny.
Rob, now I didn't try to do any video clips. I started to, and then I thought, no, there's a couple of people that have used some music that'll get me in trouble with copyright. So I thought, well, I'll just kind of do some screen grabs and then also use because most of y'all did a great job this year of sending me a still photo, so I don't have to try to get that was always a pain in the rear to try to get a good screen grab of the final thing, because a lot of times you guys only showed it for a split second. But yeah, Rob always does a good job, not just doing the video and a good project, but he does a good job explaining what he's doing here. And here he's talking about, well, I can't read that without my glasses, but he's showing the different layers and stuff like that. So, and he's got looks like the profile over to the right, and then the full image. Got a nice little scale there, measuring out his resin stuff. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Here he's.
Looks like Chewbacca right now.
Yeah, at this point, I think he's already done the black, laid down the black, and he's kind of poking the white in there, I think. And how big is this anyway, Rob? I was thinking it when I first saw your video, I thought that it was a lot bigger than it was. But now, then after I watched it and I saw, like right here, I can see your hand, and it looks like a tongue depressor you got in your hand there. So it looks like it's kind of like an ornament or something, I'm guessing. Let's click on through here. Here he's, looks like he's got a, I don't know, 1/4 inch something in there, maybe. Skimming it off. Okay, Rob says, I think it was 3 inches. Okay, so it was pretty small then. About ornament size. Is it hanging on your tree, Rob? Did you hang it on there?
Yeah, that's some good detail with the black for being that small.
Yeah. And there's the final thing there. And you know, he mentions Mark Lindsay in the video, and it made me stop and think. I have been in the same room with Mark Lindsay, and I have been in the same room with Santa Claus. But I have not been in the same room with Mark Lindsay and Santa Claus at the same time.
Very true.
So I don't know. Rob may be onto something here. But yeah, that turned out pretty nice.
Yeah, those lines come out really nice. It's something I want to try. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to try it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Messy, but a lot of fun.
Man, that's good.
Let's see.
I like he put copper in with the black, or like a copper tone with the black, so you can see that in the sunglasses pretty good in this picture.
Yeah. Well, I can see if that whole thing is only 3 inches, and he's getting that kind of detail out of it. I can see why he had the tongue depressor in his hand trying to push that stuff in there, because
Yeah.
that would be a little tricky to do, I think. All right. Good job, Rob. I really like that one. Let's see. Next, we have Mr. Clyde Lebani
Mr.
from Clyde
Lebani.
CNC. And let's see. I'm trying to remember what he did. Oh, I think this one, Clyde, you're out there. I think chime in and let me know if I get something wrong. But I think he said this was a piece of pallet wood, if I recall. Somebody used pallet wood. I think it was Clyde, and I think this is the one. So let's see. So here it looks like he's got some kind, maybe like an 1/8 inch end mill in there. Maybe that's what that looks like.
Yep.
And I showed this because we have out of this, we only had 9 videos, but out of the 9 videos, there's a lot of different, because I know Rob uses Linux, Dave Matthews uses Linux, Clyde's using, I think he, what do you call it? BCNC or something like that with an Arduino, I think. So a lot of different combinations to get their machine to run.
Oh yeah, Clyde says yes. It was pallet wood glued together.
Okay, yeah. So he made a blank out of pallet wood.
Pallet wood's the best wood.
Well, I got to tell you, I really like this one, just because it really sticks to the theme of the challenge, and being anybody that takes something that's pallet wood and makes something nice like that, I just always like that, because I'm not a big fan of getting the pallet wood, but I like using it once I finally go to the trouble to get a lot of it out. I've made a lot of things out of pallet wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the wood grain turned out really nice in that.
Paul says it's free. It's free if you don't count the hours it takes you to tear a pallet apart.
Get all the nails out.
Yeah, get all the nails. Unless you just use a circular saw and cut the short pieces. A lot of guys do that and just forget trying to get the nails out and just cut them off. But I really like that, Clyde. That's a good job here. And I think we got one more picture with it setting on looks like it's on his mantle there or something.
Yeah, it looks good.
So very well done, Clyde. Good job. All right, let's see. I'm trying to remember who was next. Dennis Nolan.
Oh, Mr. Nolan.
It's got, if I remember correctly, I think he said that was a scrap piece of
Baltic birch.
Well, okay, you remember better than me. I was going to say plywood, but yeah, Baltic birch. And I believe he said it was 12 by 13. I might be wrong about that. But let's see what he does with that. Got it on his Gatton CNC with, looks like a V-carb bit, engraving some text. And
Dennis has some good looking hold downs. Those are nice and wide. I like that.
Yeah, he's got a video out on those hold downs, I think. All right, here he's got, looks like a 1/4 inch end mill doing the profile cut. And you notice he's got some, those little things in the back. I believe that's what he's using as a stand for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's the, there it is as it come off the thing. And if you look close, I'm moving my mouse like you can see it, but I forget you can't see it when I do it this way. But if you notice, it's around the tree, there's some little tiny holes. It looks like he's put in there. And then when you see this, now you know why the holes are there. He's got it all decorated with some ornaments. So that's kind of a cool little design.
Yeah, Dennis, were those did the ornaments have little posts on the back, or did you just use the holes for like glue?
That's a good question. And where did you get those? I'm guessing you probably get them off of Amazon or something. I don't know, or maybe at one of the crafting places, the Hobby Lobby or something like that. What's the other one? Michael's.
Yep. Yeah, AC Moore is no more.
Okay.
Let's see here, but yeah,
Paul
that
says if he counted his labor, he couldn't afford it. So. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, Mark. I'm thinking they might be some kind of pins, and that's why he put the hole in there where he could just, or maybe earrings. Yeah, Greg says earrings. Okay, he says, no, I got them at Hobby Lobby. Okay, good deal. It's turned out really nice.
Yeah, it turned out good.
Alrighty. Let's see here. What are we up to? That was number 4, I think.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember. I when I did this the other day, I think I had him. I knew who was next, but now it's been a minute, so I don't remember who it is. Greg Euler was next. So let's see what he's got here. And Greg always does a good job. Always kind of tells a story with his video. So I would encourage you to watch it. As you know, I encourage you to watch all of them if you haven't already. But he always does a good job with his. And he's also, if I'm not mistaken, Greg, I noticed that I think this is like your 4th year in a row of being in the challenge. So
it's one of those overachievers.
Appreciate your participation, buddy.
Heck yeah.
I won't ever forget the first year that do you remember what he did the first year?
No, I don't remember right offhand. As soon as you say the project, though, I'll remember it.
Well, I don't really remember that much about the project, but I just remember the video and seeing the machine he was using at the time. So that. All right, so here he's laying something out here in, I guess, what is that, VCar Pro maybe? I don't know.
This is a good project. I like this one.
But yeah. Okay, so you can see, I think he said in the video, this is for his grandkids, I believe. Mm-hmm. Making sure Santa knows where to stop, or Mark Lindsay, whichever, Okay. Says, yes, those are hoof prints on my Gatton. Got ran over by a reindeer gnome. So, yeah, looks like it got run over with something. And here's another one. Like I said, we got the Linux, the Arduinos, and now we got a Mach 3 person here. And he is doing, I guess, I'm assuming, and it might have been in the video. I just don't remember when I was doing the screenshots, but I'm guessing you used a drag knife for this to do the engraving. And I guess that's, again, I don't remember. I'm assuming it's acrylic or something.
Yeah, it is an acrylic.
Okay. Alrighty. And there it is, all lit up. And I think, like I said, I only got a few shots to show for this because I didn't want to show the whole thing, and I want people to go watch the videos. But I think he shows making the base in it as well. Okay, Greg says diamond drag bit. Yeah. All right.
the light really does a good job on that one. Like,
Yeah,
lighting
really
it up.
does. Really does. All right. Next, we've got Mr. Senecola.
Mr. Senecola.
And I believe I saw him out there earlier. So, Jim,
Yeah.
if you want to jump in here with anything, this is not the project. This is some Christmassy tins, I'll call them, that he puts the project in. But okay, here his preview. Looks like he's doing kind of a 3D thing with. I guess these are ornaments
Mm-hmm.
for his grandkids, Emma and Evan. And this was when he was doing the reveal. He had it was all full of dust, and then he sucks it out with a shop vac, and where you can see it.
Yeah, it's good detail on that.
And here they are, ready for finish. And here he's got a shot of them getting ready to go in the tin. And then here is a shot where you can get a good look of them. I think these are cute. That's something, because some people, when they collect ornaments, and they like to get one for, with every year on it like that. So that's something they'll remember for a long time, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Good
turned
job.
out really good.
Yeah, and the painting's great on it too. Or I don't know, is it the eyes painted on that, or is that the googly eye things you can buy and stick on? Looks
No,
like
those are painted.
it looks painted.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Even the
came out.
bells are painted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are. Okay. Good deal. All right, we've got Mr. Matthews up next. I believe he did some kind of a 3D ornament.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a dome thing, I think.
Jim was saying that he makes a custom one for them each year.
Okay, yeah, and I bet you they'll save them all, and then when they get older, their tree will be full of them.
Yeah.
Because I know somebody like that. That's there'd be so many ornaments on the tree you didn't even need to put any store-bought ones on there, because it was all the specialty ones. All right, here's looks like maybe a roughing pass. I'm guessing 1/4 inch end mill. In here, I thought I'd show this because he is a Linux CNC user.
And it's the blue tape and super glue method of hold down.
Yeah, yeah. Also looks like there's been a little pew-pew action going on there too. Looking at that gear-looking thing, on the board he's got under it. Looks like he's had a little laser beam action going on. There's looks like a little V-bit doing some engraving on there. Looks like he's already finished the finishing pass. And there's the final project.
There you go.
Another nice little ornament, I guess that's what that is. I don't think he's got this one on a tree. I think he had this one hanging outside or something on his door or something. It looks good. All right, let's see if Mr. Haichu is next. I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah, I remember now. He said he started with a cutting board found in clearance for $2. That's pretty good.
The bargain at twice the price.
Because I just made a trip to Lowe's the other day and got a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, man, when is this stuff coming down? I actually resorted, not for Gatton CNCs. If anybody hears me say this, don't panic. Still using the good stuff for those, but I got a little project I got to do, and I couldn't even bring myself to use the good stuff because it was just too much. And I'm like, well, I'll just get the cheaper stuff, which really wasn't. It was still about twice as much as what it used to be, and I'll just put the sander to it and clean it up myself. But yeah, $2 for that. That's a pretty good deal. It says copied an image from the internet, pasted it in the VCarve desktop, and use the trace tool to create the vector file. Okay. Did you have to do a lot of cleanup on that, Mike, or did it do pretty good? Okay, David was saying that wood was too heavy for a tree ornament. Don't know what it is.
Must have been from the Heba tree.
Use quick. Yeah. Use Quick Engrave and create a toolpath for his JTech 2.8 laser. I have one of those. It's all right. Let's see how it turned out here. Oh, we got the pew pew going.
Pew pew.
Looks like it's making short work of that $2 cutting board.
He said he didn't have to do but very little cleaning up.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah.
That bitmap trace, I think it's gotten a little better than what it used to be. Man, it used to be dreadful. You do it, and it's like you still had to spend a lot of time cleaning stuff up. But
oh yeah,
I used it the other day for when I was doing this thing back here. So it's gotten better, or at least I think it has. Okay, I guess that's the final thing. I really like that one too.
Yeah, the chart turned out really good on that, especially for being such a low wattage laser. It's really dark.
Yeah.
At first I was wondering if he did the it's like Epsom salt, or no, not Epsom salt. What is it? I don't know. There's a combination of chemicals you could spray on, and it really makes laser stuff dark.
Yeah, and
that's what it looked like almost at first.
I really like that just because of what it says.
Borax, yeah. Harry's got me.
Yeah, borax. Okay. May you never be too grown up to search the skies on Christmas Eve. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's see. We ought to be getting down near the end here, I think. Mr. Ragland. I think he was the last one.
I believe so.
I remember right. And yet again, an example of a different kind of machine.
Yeah.
This looks to be I'm guessing a Prusa.
Yep. That's a
3D
Prusa
printer.
Mini.
Is that what it is, a Mini?
Yeah.
And you can't really see a whole lot here from this thing, but I think he was laying down what looked to be some silver filament. And here I took a shot of this because it shows that he's using multiple colors. He's purging out the first color. And now you can see kind of, it looks silver to me. I guess it is. And he's using some, what looks kind of goldish looking to me. I can't remember. I'm sure he said it in his video, but
yeah, he went to a gold filament.
And Oh, let me show this. Yeah, he's showing the. I took this because it shows how much infill he has in there, and then here he's finishing this one up, and then he made another one. And if you notice the pattern, it's not that tight on this one, but here he's doing another one with a much tighter pattern. And got his beverage sitting on there like a coaster.
That's the way it should look.
I mean, you got to test them.
Yeah.
When you make something like that, you got to test it and make sure it works. So notice there's not a whole lot in that glass. So he's been testing a minute.
You have to put the glass down several times to make sure.
Yeah. And here it is. Again, the one with the tight pattern, which I like. I like this one better than the first one. That almost from when I look at it on YouTube, it almost looks like it's wood. That outer ring. So that came out pretty nice. Well done.
Yeah, it turned out good. And I don't know if anybody else can tell this right away, but that's one line inside that. I forget what kind of snowflake it's called, but it's that's one line that goes throughout that whole thing and starts on that left side and ends at the 1 o'clock area. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Harry says, I put the design and SVG up on Inventable's easel so you can try it as a CNC.
Oh, that'd be cool.
All right. All righty. Well done. Let's see. I guess I'm safe to say well done, gentlemen, because we did not get a entry from any of the female folks this year.
Nope.
But very nice, very nice.
No, Keith Painter did not put an entry in. I'll give Keith a hard time.
Yeah. Yeah, Jerry says mini projects, 3D print, laser, CNC, all can be cross attempted. Yeah. I like to see folks use different kind of things.
There's some good multi-use projects that were done this year with lasers and the CNC.
Yeah, and I especially like when somebody does a project and they have more than one type of CNC, whether it be a router or laser or whatever, and they utilize all of that to.
Yeah, it turned out really good. There's some good projects this year. Hopefully next year. I've already got my project for next year. Thankfully, I have 11 months to make it.
Dave Matthews wants to know where the blooper reel is.
Yeah. No blooper reel this year.
That's what you had last year, wasn't it? Where was it?
Basically, it was, yeah, because the project just fell apart. It was just not good. And actually, here's part of it here. And I think the rest of it's downstairs. Part of it is cut up at the moment.
Okay. Keith's got a legit excuse. He said, I would have if I had not gotten COVID. Put me down for 4 weeks.
Whew, man.
Holy cow. Which strain did you have?
All of them.
You know what gets me, and I don't want to get started on the COVID stuff, but I don't quite understand how they can, because as far as I know, the test doesn't tell you, hey, it's this strain or this strain or this strain. It just says you're positive.
Right.
So it's like anybody that tests positive these days, automatically you got the, what is it, Omicron or
Omicron, yeah. I guess they test like when it goes back to the labs or whatever. They select a certain amount of them, and they do further testing on it, and that's how they are able to tell what strain it is.
Yeah.
That's my understanding, anyway.
Okay.
But
I just want to, because, well, I better just shut up. I don't want to get started talking about that stuff. My buddy Jim, he called me. My buddy Jim called me yesterday. Yeah, yesterday evening, and I hadn't heard from him for a while. And he said he'd had the COVID. And I said, "Well, wait a minute, Jim." I said, "Didn't you have didn't you get the jab?" He says, "Yeah, I had the first two." And he was, I guess, had the booster one scheduled. And then he come down with it. But, he got lucky, I guess, because it affects some people differently. But he said his was just kind of like a cold. Yeah.
And Keith was in ICU for 3 days. Holy cow, dude.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's no joke there.
It sucks, man. I'm glad you're feeling better now.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Well, I can say I didn't do a video, but I was busy actually making stuff for Christmas. I mean, I was making, let's see here. Here's a little.
All right, hold on here, man.
Ornaments.
Hold on here, Solar Man. We gotta give you if I can remember how to do it. There we go.
There we go. It's a little snowman ornament that I made on the laser. I was busy with my laser this year for Christmas. And then
well, yeah, wait a minute. Hold on now. I keep forgetting you got that laser. You could have done a Christmas challenge thing because those things knock them out in a heartbeat.
Yeah, there's a dog paw ornament I was making. Yeah, I didn't film anything. That was the problem.
Yeah.
And then, well, this one you can't. This was the prototype of it. But my brother, who's a fireman, he asked me to do some fireman ornaments for some of his guys. So that was the prototype, and then their number went through the middle.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty cool. So it was like a layered thing. But and what else did I do? Oh yeah, I did some monogram ones. So I like doing the layered stuff with the laser. It's fun. Problem with my laser currently. So there's that.
Yeah.
It's actually 2 layers.
Yeah.
And but anyway, yeah. So I was actually doing Christmas stuff, but I just didn't get to film any of it.
Okay, now refresh my memory. The laser that you got.
Mm-hmm. I got the K40.
Yeah, okay. It was a K40, so it's a 40 watt. 40 watt laser.
Yeah, so it's just small. That's the big thing with it. It doesn't really have. That's why I was doing ornaments and stuff on it, was because it's really not big enough to do much else.
Yeah. What is it? About 12 by something?
Yeah, like the blanks that I cut out for it are 12 inches by 9 inches.
Okay.
So actually see it here in my office. My office is really dirty. It's a mess. But there it is. She said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is that, you got it vented out a window? Is that?
Yeah. There's I vented out this window here right next to me.
Okay.
There's my fan and all that I hook up to it.
I got you. Well, the reason I'm asking about your laser is, I don't know if you can see it, but right over my shoulder, right there, I just got. In fact, FedEx just brought it yesterday, but I got one of those Ortour Laser Master 2 Pros or Pro 2 or it's got some weird long name.
Yeah, but evidently they were sending them out to a lot of people.
Well, I mean, I bought mine. They didn't.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, but I had, watched a lot of, I do my research on YouTube. Is what I like to call it. And watched a ton of videos and reviews and stuff like that. And that's I guess they have one that's it's called the O-Tour Laser Master 2, but then they come out with this newer one, which it's been out a while, but and then they added the Pro to it, and it's got like the power supply is twice as much or something like that. But I think it's going to be a pretty cool little thing. But I haven't even fired it up. It came yesterday. FedEx brought it yesterday afternoon, and I put it together, and have connected it up and run it. Well, I say run it. I homed it and stuff like that, but I'm not going to fire it up until that's what I was buying the plywood for the other day. I'm going to build an enclosure, but I didn't want to go off of the the dimensions you see online. I thought, if I try to go by that to build the enclosure, it'll either be way too big or worse yet, too small. So I wanted to wait until I had it all together and know how much room everything needs to move and all that. So
Harry's got a good comment. It was like gumming through a steak. That's an awesome way to think of something. I like
and
that.
there's air blowing through the beam. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. The a video that you should watch. The channel is Underdone, under DUNN. This guy, he's pretty good. He has two channels. He has Aging Wheels, and then he has this Underdone, which is his woodworking channel. And he just got, I guess, a bunch of those companies were badgering him about sending him a laser. So he said yes to all of them. So they, like 4 or 5 different people, sent him all these diode lasers, and he was comparing and showing what the different ones were doing. It was a pretty good video on it. So.
Yeah, I can remember, I don't know how long these things been around. They've been around a while, but I can remember when I first started looking into them, I thought, I don't think it'd be any better than me slapping one on my CNC. But now I think they've improved, because I don't know, some of the videos I've watched, and I hope to have a couple of the guys that I've watched, I hope to have them come on the show and talk about their process and stuff like that, because they are just doing some freaking beautiful stuff with what was that? I missed something.
Clyde said it's not funny. He just got new dentures.
Okay. But yeah, they're doing like the ceramic tile, cheap tile. You can buy a whole box of it for I looked on Lowe's. I think you can get like about 150 of them for $15 or something like that, or $4. And then you paint them and you engrave. I mean, it's cool. And then this one guy, and again, I'm hoping I can get him to come on the show sometime. But he did a video where he shows how he takes these cheap canvas prints that you can buy at like Hobby Lobby or something.
Yeah.
And you paint them up, and oh man, it's just, he's making some beautiful stuff with a little old cheap, laser like this.
Huh.
I see, TMW says, I got an old tour just before Christmas. Got to build an enclosure for it. Yeah. I hadn't had time to work on mine. Like I said, it came yesterday, and I put it together and made it home, made sure it worked, and that's all. I hadn't even fired the laser, but I haven't got light burn yet. I want to get light burn.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think that they can run light burn, which is not.
Well, for now, so I could test it out and make sure that it worked, I downloaded that laser Gerbil, which is okay, but I know I wanted the light burn, but I was a little worried, because the company that I bought that from, and it was a company that I saw one of these guys that were doing these other videos refer, said that they were good. So unlike me, because normally I get everything off of Amazon, but when I went on Amazon, the thing was like I think it was $529 or something. But if I bought it through that company, and the company's called MadeTheBest.com, it was like 400 something, and what I did is, and I find out this works sometimes. If you're thinking about getting something, here's what you do. Here's a little tip from Dave. Go to their website, create an account, put it in your cart, and then leave. Because right after I did that, they sent me an email. It was within like 2 hours after I did that. They sent me an email going, "Hey, you left something in your cart. Here's a discount code for this much off." So I waited. About 3 hours later, here's another email, and they doubled the discount. So I thought, well, I'll just wait, see how far they go.
Eventually, they're going to give it to you.
So, but yeah, that's Dave's tip of the day there. If you want something like that and want to either try to get a deal, or who knows, maybe if they check you out, they might send you one for free. But anyway, I ended up getting that one, and then they sent me and this was like the end of the year that I bought it. And then a couple of, I think I ordered it on the 28th of December, and on the 31st, they sent me an email and says, "Okay, here's your tracking number." And the tracking number was one that I couldn't get anything to come up when I did it. So I thought, well, what's the deal with that? Well, anyway, finally, after about a week, I sent them an email. I thought, well, we'll see if I even get a response back. So I sent them an email and said, "Hey, what's the deal? Y'all said it had shipped and you sent a tracking number." I said, "But the tracking number doesn't show anything." And so they sent me an email back. They replied it was like 12 hours later, but they're, in China or somewhere, Hong Kong, I think. But they sent me another tracking number, and then this was a legit tracking number. And I'm like, well, that's just some number to make you think they've shipped it when because they didn't really ship it. It shipped like the 2nd of January. But then I kept tracking it, and even like I said, it came yesterday, and even the tracking number kept saying right up until the time the guy set it on my porch that it was going to be delivered Monday. And then all of a sudden, but I kept thinking it might come yesterday, because every time I tracked it, I knew it was already in Atlanta. It'd been in Atlanta for a couple of days.
Wow.
So anyway, it showed up yesterday, but got it. I don't
So
know.
you can get Lightburn. You can try Lightburn on it for free for like a month.
Yeah, well, I know they have a 30-day free trial, but I didn't want to get it and use up my trial period without having the laser, because I thought, I may not be able to do much with it. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to end up getting the Lightburn, but I won't even bother doing that until I get the enclosure built, because I don't even want to fire it, because I know how they stink. I used to stink up my shop all the time. But you could just turn a fan on it or something. But let's see. Lightburn is free for a month. Okay. Let's see. NLT. I think that's well, I won't say your name. You may not want me to say your name, but I think I know what your name is.
Yeah, I think their cost on that, it might be $60 for the one that would work with your laser. I can't remember. But they had a price increase like in the last couple months. But
I think it's, some of the videos I watched, they kept mentioning it was $40, but now it's like $60.
Yeah.
But that's okay. If it's good stuff, and
it's
everybody swears by it that I've watched on YouTube.
Yeah. I unfortunately can't use it with the K40 right now. It doesn't work with the board that I have in there. So, hopefully 2021 will provide a larger laser.
Yeah. Mark says, I wonder if that'll work with the Avid CNC. I guess he's talking about Lightburn.
Yeah, Lightburn will. Well,
I guess it'd work if I had a laser.
Yeah.
With it.
That's what I was using when I used my diode on my Gatton. Is I used Lightburn on that, and it worked. You just download in the G code. Yeah, Keith says he wishes his laser was $500. Yeah, I bet you do. I wish your laser was $500 too, because I would buy one. He's got a big old Thunder.
Oh yeah.
He's
I know somebody who's looking at one of those. She texts. I won't mention her name because I don't know. She would want me to say, but anyway, a friend of mine messaged me and asked me if I'd ever researched standalone lasers, and it was funny because I said, "Well, that's weird you asking me that because this is coming today," and but she was looking at the Thunder Nova 35. And then I went and looked at it and I'm like, man, that thing's about 10 grand. It's huge. Yeah. It's a big one. But anyway, let's see. David, I think he's on to my tip there. That's how you do it. Create an account, put it in, pick out what you want, put it in the cart, and then leave.
I thought you were just going to say, I want insulation, and then it'll just start sending you offers on insulation.
Oh, yeah. That only works with like car warranties and that kind of stuff. Yeah, Keith says he designs, draw and design in VCarb, then use Lightburn to run the laser. Well, that'll be my plan because I have VCarb Pro. So he says my name is not a secret. I am not famous. Does anybody know what the NLTMW stands for? I do, but I don't know if anybody else could guess it or not. And the only reason I know it is because I've heard other people say it on their live streams. Anybody want to take a guess what that stands for?
It says in his little avatar, I think.
But does it?
I think so, but it's too small for me to see without pulling it up.
Oh, okay. I see. He's wanting to know about the tip. Will that work if you put it? I don't know. Go. When you go to I haven't been to that website in a long time, but the way it was when I bought mine is you kind of pick the base model and then you add options and it just totals it all out. Go just pick one of everything and put it in the cart and then leave. See what kind of email you get. I don't know if they would do free shipping though, because the one I got, it came, it was 3 big cartons that came from Indiana, which was the 80/20, because they ship it direct because that's where the 80/20 place is in Indiana. So I got those first, and then when the UPS gal came, it was 14 boxes. 14 big old boxes. Well, most of them were big, but none of them were real heavy. That's what I liked about that, is none of it was, you didn't need to get a forklift or something like that. And I had that little cart. If you remember watching my video, I wheeled it out there to the UPS truck. She backed right in. And, I was her last stop of the day, and I said, well, no wonder, because the whole truck is my order pretty much. But yeah, go ahead and try that, Mark. Let me know how that works for you. Mark says, I made an Avid account and have a full cart. I'll go get it. They're 7 hours north of me. Yeah. I may end up selling mine. I haven't decided. I don't, and I wanted to mention this too. I know we're doing the Christmas thing, but since I hadn't done one of these in a while, I might as well get everybody up to speed on what's been going on with me. I am trying to, I'm going to call it ease into retirement. I'm not jumping in. I'm just going to try to slide in there. So I'm trying to cut back on a lot of things and stuff like that. So if you go to the website, I know I've had some emails here lately where people go to the website and they see that I'm out of stock on such and such, and they'll email me and go, hey, when are you going to get those back in? And it's not that I can't do them, but it's like, in fact, this past week, I've my whole shop's been tied up with another project. Actually, that thing right there. And I've had to keep my garage door closed to try to keep it warm in there, because we had, just right when I got ready to do that, we had cold snap. So, and I mean, we had one day when it was down in the, well, some of you guys will laugh at me because it compared to where you're at, but it, it gets down in the teens, which is dadgum cold for Georgia. But so anyway, so I had my heater out there, and I'm doing, I don't know, you probably may not can tell from here because it looks way off, but that is resin inlay in that thing. So I would carve one part, mix up the resin, pour it, and then let it set overnight to harden up, then come out the next day and do another one. So all week long, I've had my shop closed up, or the garage shop closed up with the garage door, trying to keep it warm enough where I can use that resin. And I managed to be able to get it up to, well, one day I got it up to 70, but most days I couldn't get it up much above 65. And I didn't know how good that resin was going to do. I bought just I'll call it a cheap, 2-bottle kit where you get, I think it was a total of 42 ounces of, hardening resin, some off-brand thing. And, but it worked out good. It was a 1-to-1 ratio. So easy to mix up. And, but so that was a lot of fun, but I'm so glad it's done, because I finally opened my garage door for the first time today. Jack couldn't figure out what the heck was going on, because every time we'd go out, we always go out through the garage, and I'd go out the back door and then we'd walk around. He's like, what the heck? Why can't we just go out this way?
Oh yeah, Mark's got
home insulation. Yeah, it won't be happening here. I'd have to move too much stuff. Ain't no way that's happening. But and besides, my garage is all, even outside walls here in Georgia back then, they didn't put insulation in the walls, but they are finished, sheetrock. So too late for all that now. But anyhow, I guess we'll get ready to wrap this one up.
Everybody did a great job.
He did do a great job, and I appreciate y'all, getting on it and participating, keeping the challenge alive. Because I was thinking it's going to die. It's going because we didn't have any for a while. But like I said, I mentioned it, and I posted some stuff on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. And I thought, well, I don't know if everybody else is having the kind of year that I'm having, they may not want to fool with it. And I thought, if they do, fine, we'll do a show. And if not, we'll just let it go. But yeah, Bubba says roll tide. You betcha. You betcha. I guess I haven't really been paying that much. Paul says he does customer pickup at 80/20. Yeah, they're in Indiana somewhere. Not, you're in what, Fort Wayne, I think, Paul? I think that's where he's at. Well, we'll and by the way, like I said, I wanted to let folks know, I decided to start doing the Saturday night thing again. And I have got some pretty awesome guests lined up for the whole month of January. I didn't think, when I got thinking about doing this, I thought, well, I've got kind of a different idea, about trying to get guests to come on. So I tried it, and so far, everybody I've asked has said, "Yeah, mark me down. I'll be there." So excited about that, and it's going to be a lot of cool stuff. And I actually, after I filled up January so quick, I thought, well, I better stop and wait till I start trying to fill up February. But I'll go ahead and start contacting some other people, give them plenty of time. But excited about the show. So if you're like CNC stuff, and when I say CNC stuff, I mean router, laser, 3D printing, whatever kind of CNC stuff you're into, come back and check us out on Saturdays at 9:00 because I got lots of guests that are going to be way more interesting than me. So
It's not possible.
I don't do much. Well, I might have something that, a little show and tell or something if I do something cool with that laser, but it'd probably take me a while to figure that out. But yeah, as far as Bart, as far as I know, just if you don't have a life like me, just plan on being here on Saturday nights because until I run out of folks that say, yeah, I'll come on your show and talk about this or that. Why? But I think you'll see though we've got some really cool stuff because I've just been blown away doing my research on YouTube, checking some of these things out. I'm thinking, man, there's just some amazing, talented people out there. Stuff that I wouldn't even think about doing. But
yeah, there's some fun projects out there.
But it's a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, that thing back there, I started to when I first thought about making that, I was thinking the same old way, do the paint and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, I might just try that resin stuff. So I got online and saw that I could get that 42 ounce, and I'm like, I don't know, that might be enough to do it because I'm not going to make them very deep. And it worked out just about perfect. I had just enough and a lot of fun, but man, it was a mess. I'm telling you. If you could, that looks pretty good, but if you could see my machine, it's got that little resin
fuzzy
stuff all over. So
it's like cutting PVC.
Yeah, well, it's always cool when you watch somebody turning on a lathe and they're doing that because you get those long ribbons and they do the slow-mo shot and all that. Not so much with a CNC. It just makes a mess. That's all I can say. But it was fun. And the end project makes it worth all the mess, I guess. But I wouldn't want to do one every day, or you really can't do them every day if you letting the stuff cure, but I wouldn't want to have to do one every week. But anyway, I guess we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We will see if I get back over. I'm so out of practice on this stuff.
It's a test run.
I mean, it's been a really long time since I've done a Saturday thing, but but even just any kind of live stream at all, because I haven't done a coffee session since November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've had some other people going, "Hey, when you got to come back and do those?" And I'm like, I don't know.
Man, my day got really messed up when you stopped doing those.
Yeah. Well, it's just I don't know. I learned something about I was doing all those turning videos, and I learned something about turning. It's a lot of fun, and it's still a lot of fun. But after a while, it stops being a little less fun when you got to drag a camera and worry about getting the shot and doing the overhead. And I'm like, you know what? It's still fun if I just come out here and throw something on the lathe and turn. But when you got to do all that camera stuff, so probably won't be doing a whole lot of turning video. It just depends. If I don't have nothing else to do, I might. But I don't think I'll be doing many more of those. But anyhow, all right. Bart says, "Cool. More Saturday night shows." Yeah. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button or thumbs up button, whatever you want to call it. We appreciate those. Let's see what we got. I can't read it. It looks like there's 31, I think, over there. So appreciate those guys. And like I said, we're going to get out of here. And thank y'all for watching. And again, if you're not doing nothing, I left that comment on, didn't I? I'm so out of practice on this.
We'll get you back in the swing of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna after about a month or two of these, I might get back in the swing of it. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will plan on seeing you next Saturday. Everybody take care.
See ya.
Whoop. See, I'm out of practice. Wrong button.